maybe you don't up to date right now like we are, but you have some sort of experience with wrestling. You all watched wrestling at some point as a child. Everyone has a story.
I do remember watching was it WWF?
Yes. So everyone has a story about WWF. WWE wrestling and all that sort of thing.
Sorry, is that what?
That's right. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
Yeah, that's right. What is he doing?
What do you mean what we're doing?
What was that? He just went off script.
She's just trying to make it relatable to the broader audience.
Sorry. I'm just thinking about the audience.
He was confused, and I was confused, and then he was like, "I understand, but why is it happening?"
It's just the intro. It's the intro. It's just the intro. Just go with it, man.
I didn't say anything. I just sat there and let you do it.
Yeah, but you're fucking going.
Oh, you do that all the time. You do that all the time, Trent. You do that all the time.
Yeah, I do it all the time. But you were doing that.
Look, I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to bring wrestling into the topic by making it something that we can all relate to in terms of a nostalgic story from growing up.
Welcome to another episode of the Alex, Mitch and Trent Show. Today's topic is wrestling. Get excited, boys. We don't want to talk too much in detail about it because we did recently talk about Boys Night, and the main focus of Boys Night is basically wrestling.
Yeah.
But yeah, short, sharp, to the point. All right.
I'm sure we did speak a lot about wrestling in that episode.
Oh, we did. We literally, we covered a lot of it.
It's a big part of Boys Night.
It is. It is Boys Night.
Also, it's a big part of our life.
Yeah, it is. It is. The biggest example of what you said, which is spot on, is Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's a part of all of our lives. Batista from your boy. I forgot the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Drax. He plays Drax.
Yeah, Drax. Yeah. What did I call him?
Your boy.
No. I forgot his actual name. Dave Batista. But they're wrestlers that have come into the industry. John Cena. Name a person who doesn't know John
he's
Cena.
A villain in The Fast and Furious.
Yeah, and he's pretty good at it.
Plays Peacemaker as well. It's a huge
he
DC.
does.
Suicide Squad.
So it's a part of everyone's life, wrestling. It's just whether they were previous wrestlers or they're still currently wrestling.
You know it or not.
Yeah, you know it or not. Yeah. But we've been watching wrestling since I guess we started Boys Night. But even way before that, before we were even friends, it was something that was all a part of our lives. I didn't really watch it too much because I didn't really have Foxtel living that life.
I went to a friend's house who had Foxtel.
Yeah, see, I was one of those people as well. So,
my uncle-in-law used to just burn episodes and pay-per-views onto DVD, and I literally had a bag full of just infinite CDs from like 2003 to 2009.
Awesome. That's cool.
Whenever I'd go to my dad's place, we'd just put them in and just watch them. It was the best.
Favorite wrestler? Something, I don't know if I can think off the top of my head because I've got so many favorite wrestlers, but I reckon the one that stood strong, and I reckon Mitchell could guess it. Do you reckon you can guess my favorite wrestler, Trent?
Yeah, actually, I think I've got
it. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1. You're going to say the name of my favorite wrestler. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
JBL. Really? Kane?
I love JBL. JBL is ding, ding, ding. Yeah. But Kane is 100% my favorite. I did have multiple favorites.
I remember JBL being part
of it. Yeah, JBL was up there. Yeah, he was up there. But Kane 100% is my favorite wrestler.
That's why.
That was my second guess. Would be Kane. Yeah.
Hence the sidewalk slam.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm 100% confident. Yeah, Kane would be like. Oh, and the Mask. Yeah. Anyways, the Mask. I love the Mask. That was a huge part of why I loved him.
And I liked how it sort of progressed as well over the years.
Yeah, he wasn't the one character continually. He changed. Yeah. Some ideas weren't great.
Yes, the character per se is obviously also.
I still enjoyed it.
But I'm saying as well, like the mask. Like you think of when he first come out and that full-faced red and black mask.
That was my favorite.
Then he had the half-face.
Yeah, I love the full one. That was my favorite. And then there was 2 Kanes. Anyways,
yeah.
Anyways, that's my favorite wrestler, Mitchy Koi. Do you want a 3, 2, 1 and we can count down his favorite?
I was gonna say I want to do that for all of it.
This is not fair because you've got
everyone
2, but no. Oh, don't. I don't want to. I want to say one, but I want to say the one that I think it is. So there's one that it should be, and then there's one that I think it is. All right, you want a 3, 2, 1 and say his favorite wrestler.
Oh, hold on.
Ready?
I can't.
No, bro, don't be disrespectful.
No, I need.
All right, here we go.
Oh, wait, yeah, sorry.
Oh, yeah, I know. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, don't yell, man. No aggression here. All right. You want to count us down?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure, it's your
sorry,
thing.
of course. 3, 2, 1.
Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Shawn Michaels.
Sexy boy. Yeah, but but
that's what it should have been. Mitch.
he hands down had the best intro song of all of wrestling.
He sings his own intro.
Yeah, I know.
So does John Cena.
So does Jeff Hardy.
So does John Cena.
So does John Cena.
John Cena does do that, yeah.
So
So does
MJ.
Santana.
Has a rap album as well, by the way.
Has
Just
a rap
check
album.
that.
John
Check out
Cena,
John
yeah.
Cena's rap
What's
album.
that one song?
Bad Man.
Oh yeah.
I'm a bad man.
You're a bad man. Anyway,
Yeah, Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy. What a man. What a career. Bless him for still trying to put on a performance for those that have followed his career. If anyone's watching what he's
still
doing,
going.
yeah.
He's
If anyone's watching, he's 43 now with a body.
25 years of wrestling?
25 years of wrestling. He's 43. He's got the body of an 80-year-old, and he's still throwing himself off 6-foot ladders, through tables, and onto absolute, like, why? I don't know. That there's something on his end that he wants to end on a high. Cool, but man, what a career! What a character that he had. I just growing up
Had and
have
still.
of course.
He's still hanging in there.
That's it. He's still hanging around, but no, I to this day still love him. But yeah, growing up, watching him and hearing his music coming in and his dance.
That tickles 8-year-old me.
Oh yeah.
Tickles 8-year-old me. Whoops. Okay.
Anyway,
I just had a negative thought. I've just had a negative thought.
negative thought.
We need to count down Trent's, and we all know what it is.
Yeah, I reckon even Jason knows Trent's favorite wrestler.
No, he doesn't. But that's
You have
all
no
right.
idea.
No.
Not many people would know.
Do I have to say his name?
Yeah, we have to
All right,
say
go.
it.
Count us in. Trent's favorite wrestler is
3, 2, 1.
CM Punk.
The embodiment of the best in the world. It is a I don't know. If he was a motivational speaker, it would be what I would listen to in that regard. Because, like, the fact is, I was about 10 years ago one of the best wrestlers there were. He left the company, personal reasons, all that sort of jazz. But his whole motto, be the best in the world. I'm the best in the world. It's like that to me. It struck me. It hit me. It's like, that's me. I'm going to be the best in the world at everything I do. And I took that on. It's how much it influenced me. I've taken that on personally with my work. Go be the best at what you do at everything. Every single thing. Whether that be this personal life to employee, be the best, this, that. That is how much influence this wrestler has had and just how motivational his speaking is and just what he does. And
it's crazy that like someone, well, not really a fictional character, but like an actor, a person who's...
There's some truth to what he says.
Oh, no, 100%.
Yeah.
Everything, like he is his own person, and that's like one of his biggest things. But to have that amount of impact on someone's life, that is incredible. Like that is amazing that you relate to someone or you look up to someone. Like that's a wrestler, that's someone that's being paid to do a job. That is amazing.
I don't want to go
incredible.
too deep into it, but the whole thing is with him is he has the look of like not a John Cena or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. He's this alternative punk guy that shouldn't have made it where he is, but there he is on this grand stage doing this thing. And it's like, to me, I don't know. It's just that when I was growing up as a kid, I didn't finish high school, didn't all that sort of stuff. And that story resonates with me. His story resonates with me. And I think it's where he's come and what he's doing right now. It's like I hope in something I'm successful. Not on his caliber, but just more just like successful. Like I can call myself the best at what I do.
Nah, you're way past his caliber, Trent. Don't even. He's not on your level. Don't even try and give him that.
But yeah, that's the whole thing with wrestling. Is just like I think the best way we can put it is that it's like Bold and the Beautiful, but wrestling, but fighting.
It is.
Like,
it's all
opera.
storytelling.
It's
It's a soap opera.
It's like a soap
acting, it's
opera.
dancing.
Yeah, and we get hooked. We get hooked in by the stories, the thing
it's
that's going on.
captivating. It is.
We like only the newer kind of wrestling is what we actually watch and go, wow, that was an amazing move, or that was really good wrestling. But we actually watch it for the storylines. It's literally for the storylines and what happens and who's happening. And I just need to add one thing before we move off our favorite wrestler. Kane is definitely my favorite of all time, and but my favorite current wrestler is MJF, hands down.
MJF.
No questions asked. Current, one of the youngest, and he's got big things going on for his age, and he's the only person to beat CM Punk in AEW.
That's true. That is true.
And you know what? Linking to that, if I was a wrestler, like persona-wise, I think I'd be somewhere between whether it's like that whole Kane mystical, mask on, like the Bray Wyatt, just basically these people are all like people that look like, they're from like a horror show, like they wear masks and all that kind of stuff. I'd be like that, or I'd be like an MJF who this person is basically a person who doesn't care what anyone thinks. So he's just his own person. He says what he wants.
What they call
he does
the
what he
industry
wants.
a heel.
Yeah. Educational. A heel is a person that is like the bad guy. And then, if you're face, it's a good guy. But basically, I tended to lean towards a lot of the heel characters. I found them more interesting, the bad people.
Totally.
Yeah, and that's who I would be if I was a wrestler. That's my kind of persona. Somewhere on that side. I don't know. But I find that more interesting. I'm actually quite interested to think where you would sit, Mitchell. Where would you be?
I've been trying to figure that out, especially as late. Sort of what if I was to take on a character, like if I was going to go into like in depth into a character, what that would consist of. I feel like purely because my creative skills. That's fucking good. They're fucking ordinary.
First thing that bumped in, I was like, Braun Strowman. Bobby Lashley.
My creative skills lack, but I'm fortunately
good looking.
Holds a resemblance to Thor.
Fortunately, reasonable looking, and of physically being, especially growing up working physically in physical jobs all the time. I've got a body that could do anything I put it to.
Modeling is the word he's after.
No, but I could mold it.
Underwear model.
Yeah, I've tried that. No one asked for it. I just rocked up in jocks. No, but I've got a body that if I pushed it to do something, it would do it eventually. I can mold it to anything, and I feel like I could use that instead of being creatively fragrant. I could just work my body into a mold of a specific style of wrestling that would attract a crowd. So instead of it being,
Hardy. He's got a bit of he just throws his body at everything.
Yeah, see, no, I'd lean more like I feel like a lot of people that watch wrestling would say this a lot these days, but I'd lean more towards like a
Lucha?
John Moxley. No, fuck no way.
You don't want to be doing little flips.
None of that. More of like a telling the story by what you do in the ring, in the match, not the build-ups and all that. So, like, more like the physical
a
sort
brawler.
of brawling, brawler. Yeah. What I do in a match is my character, not the actual character outside of the ring.
Your actions speak words.
Yeah.
That's That's me. Like, I don't have the brain capacity to put together a character and all that sort of stuff. Maybe I do. Who knows? But I feel like that's where I'd probably. But Trent.
Trent.
Well, this
Trent,
is
what have you got?
I like to see myself as a
Dairy boy.
The milkman.
Yeah, I could go both ways. I think it's always like my way of thinking with this is I could start off as a great little face, a little good guy sort of thing. Fuck, I could turn. I could do the greatest turn. And I could make you feel it, you know? That's my whole thinking behind it. And so I think it's, versatile. I can't be one of the other. I love the idea of being a good guy, but like Alex said, was just that...
Oh, yeah.
The storytelling.
And the chains are so much like less restricting.
Yeah.
As a face, like you've got so many sort of standards to meet. As a heel,
And
those restrictions are they're not as limiting.
I feel like I got the stories to tell, and like maybe if I was to be a wrestler, I wouldn't be the greatest wrestler, right? But goddamn, I've got heart.
That's all you need in the industry. Heart.
And I think if I can work out how to speak on a microphone, I was like, whoa, if I could.
You're doing a pretty good job so far, mate.
That's what the audience thinks.
Yeah. And that's the thing, you'd have a mad, like, Seth Rollins, no one will probably know who he is, but at the moment, his character at the moment involves, like, he's a very, like, sort of an evil character with this amazing evil laugh. And I feel like Trent, once you join that dark side, like, listen to him. Listen
he
to that.
He just changed the tone of his laugh. That was great. No, I haven't heard that one. That was like,
I've got it. No, I've got it. I know my range.
Yeah.
It's just building the confidence to be able to do something like that. And I guess that's what you, Mitch, have been doing this year.
That's a big goal for both of us this year, is to step into a wrestling ring.
And
spoiler alert.
Yeah. Cat's out the bag. Yeah, me and Trent, it's been...
We started back in April, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back in April.
We started doing with the oldest wrestler in Australia, George the Hitman Julio. Sorry, yeah, I'm awful with names.
Yeah.
Does he approve of this shout out?
I'm sure he will.
We will find out.
He's going to be swearing at you,
Yeah.
And like we got recommended through a couple of friends who also wrestle, and we went to a couple of shows and
we went to a show in Seaford.
Yeah.
We met a whole heap of people there, and a lot of them spoke very highly of George. And obviously, when we went to that show and seeing the local, not going to say the local scene, but just like that atmosphere. And how the wrestling is.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think we both sort of looked at each other like we could fit into this little niche and we could have so much fun with it.
Yeah. Imagine me doing a flip.
I know. And just for the audience, Trent can do a flip.
I can do a flip.
Trent can do a flip. And with guidance, he can land on his feet as well.
Yeah. But yeah,
we learned that.
Yeah, we started. We went to George. If you actually look him up online, he has a huge presence online. What he's done over the years of wrestling,
40 years.
Yeah,
over 40 years.
Over 40 years, and he's done stuff with celebrities.
Australian wrestling.
Has a lot of hands, a lot of wrestlers you see all around Melbourne if you follow that scene. And just also just stand up, lovely guy. Love listening to any of his stories.
Yeah,
he has. And we rocked up to his place and. We were
7 p.m. on
7
a Monday night.
We got told.
He's probably just started organising dinner. That particular night, there was no one else coming to train that night, so we just rocked up randomly.
Yeah,
really.
And we rocked up, and he's a bit older, and so couldn't get in the ring with us, and so we're kind of like trying to work out.
I'll never forget. He goes, all right.
What to do?
He goes, all right, get in the ring, roll. And me and Trent looked at each other like, what? Goes, roll.
Yeah, I got roll. I think we were a bit confused, but we understood it. We got roll.
Yeah.
But what he said to me, or what he said to both of us.
Yeah.
Do a somersault.
Yeah.
I hadn't done a somersault at that point in my life in 20 years. Since I was like
Since early primary school.
And but we started training there. We met some great wrestlers and people who are up and coming in Melbourne as well. And it's been nothing but a pleasure doing that.
Yeah, and they're all very willing to help and just willing to just let us jump in with them. And
and we're building our character up. We're starting to get a bit of confidence now.
Yeah.
We're hoping, we'll be able to wrestle soon. We're happy to go to our actual show and go to that house.
That'll be amazing. Imagine getting the opportunity for even people listening now to come and have, see part of the Migos or all of us. I'll be there watching on the sides. Hopefully I'll jump in the ring with a 1, 2, 3 count as a ref. Special guest appearance.
Or you be in a suit as like our manager.
Oh, I'll be a manager on the side.
That'd be
100%.
mad.
Oh,
Like, you may not want
the
to
best hype man in Melbourne.
It's one of the things, Alex, is that we say, like me and Mitch say when we're talking about it all the time, is that
Yeah.
you may not step in the ring, you may not do all that stuff, but
not yet.
Oh my God, Alex, if you were like behind a microphone just listening to you.
Oh, I might commentate one day. I reckon there's a career in that. I do it while I'm sorry you guys have to listen to it every boys' night. Me absolutely talking dribble. Why you literally hear the commentators talking, and then you just me 1 second afterwards saying, "That's a 2 count, 2.5." But yeah. I that's I guess my contribution to part of that. But imagine that, like, you know, getting friends and family around, or anyone that's listening, or anyone that would be interested to come and watch us live.
We can't disclose that me and Mitch have got a story.
We've got a whole
story.
Yeah, no spoilers, guys. You know I hate spoilers. I don't even want to know. The time has arrived. My favorite. Yes, Mitchell loves it as well. Yes, Trent loves it as well. But I'm claiming it is my favorite part. Sorry, even though I really love the podcasting part. The producer pick.
Thank you, Alexi. That was a very vigorous throw.
Thank you.
As always.
I try my best.
As always, I really appreciate it.
It means
that.
a lot. It
means a lot to me. It means a lot to you.
It's meant to be like an alter, like each week everyone will get a go, but Alex, I think he's just grabbed this by the balls. That's his now. That's fine. He does it too well. I can't justify taking that spot from him.
And obviously, it is now the time for the producer's pick. Woo! Thank you very much.
Goes wild.
Okay, so Mitchell, are we seated?
Which one?
Good job. Wrestling. Okay, boys. So, fascinating episode tonight. What I would like to put to the floor is, what is the most worst injury that you've seen or that you have participated in whilst wrestling? So either
Can I go first?
an injury that you've watched or you've been a part of. Alexi.
All right, before I start this and tell you the story, I just want to point out that when we do this podcast, there's a whiteboard, and on the whiteboard right now, it actually says Mitchell. It doesn't say Mitchell. It says Mitchell, and I tried not to laugh so hard. Okay, all right. My probably the most horrific, and yet to this day, I still will do a little giggle, and I don't mean that in a satanic way. It's just, it was funny when it happened, but it is horrific, an injury. It isn't myself. I haven't injured myself in a ring. I haven't really injured myself many times in life, knock on wood. But that was a good one, Mitch. I got to appreciate that. I got to appreciate a good joke. My all-time worst injury that I've seen in a ring was by a wrestler, and I'll explain exactly how it happened. The wrestler's called Cesaro, okay, or Cesaro. Basically, this wrestler, what he's done is he's run headfirst at a turnbuckle, which is like the corner of the ring, and what he's done is he's basically gone for like the headbutt on the ring, like to hit his head against it. He's gone headfirst, and he's smashed his teeth, like his mouth. He's on the corner, and then his teeth have gone through his gums. And wait. And then he turns around and looks at the camera, and he's got no front teeth.
Zooming on his face.
And he goes like this.
And his front teeth.
And he reaches through his teeth, and there's nothing there. He's like... And this
but
is
then
live.
They didn't break off. No.
They went in. They went inside of his gut, like pushed in. They didn't fall out. Yeah, that is, and that I'm sorry if it's PG related. And then he continued. He continued the rest of the match. So people are like, "Oh, wrestling's not that." He pushed his teeth through his face and he wrestled the whole time. He won the match.
First into a metal pole,
like
and
turnbuckle.
Then stood up and wrestled another 15 minutes after.
Jumped head first at it, hit his, and his teeth had gone through. and then he's come back like trying to feel it like an old man, and it's just holes, and he's got no two front teeth. That is the worst injury I've seen.
Is that too grim of a photo to upload? Just
No.
We'll upload that just so you can get a visual. Yeah, that's the worst, but it was a little bit funny. Because he reached for his teeth, and there was nothing. And he's doing a big smile. Yeah, it ended up being a t-shirt. And if it's just ironic, he wears a mouth guard now when he wrestles. I would wear it as well.
Can I also say credit to him? His first match back after that injury, he did the exact same move. But did it properly and safely.
And then lost his bottom teeth.
He'll never mess that up again.
He did the exact same move again just to prove that he could do it.
All right, Trozza.
Oh, I reckon the worst injury I've seen in like a ring, would be a wrestler called Neville. And he...
hang on. That is the worst name.
Yeah,
it's like being called Cecil.
I don't think he was happy.
He ended up changing his name. He changed it to Pack.
He changed his name to Pack.
Sounds better name. Better. Two-pack. No. Shut up.
He was...
It was Adrian Neville. So at least they got rid of the Adrian and just left it as Neville.
Adrian's a good name. A lot of nice Adrians.
I think he was versing Chris Jericho at the time, another famous wrestler of over 25 years as well. And I think he was going off the ring ropes, running through. I think he went to do a baseball slide.
Which is like sliding underneath the bottom rope, basically.
Yeah.
That's what a baseball slide is.
Yeah,
for people
anyway, somehow he's done this, and he's broken his leg, his ankle.
He snapped his ankle.
He snapped his ankle. And I remember him just laying there on his back, lifting his leg up in the air and his floppy ankle.
Yeah.
And then I watched him try to stand up and fall down, and it's still flopping around. And like I really like the whole. I think Chris Jericho was very professional during the end of this. Was that he ended the match, pinned him, and then it was over.
But the ref didn't really notice it.
Yeah.
And so Chris Jericho was trying to finish the match as quick as possible, so obviously so that he could get the medical help that he needed, but the ref didn't quite understand what was going on. And then Jericho full went off at the ref afterwards, like, you should have seen, like...
Yeah.
That's not really a big...
whole thing. Yeah, no, but...
That's not a part of...
It was a whole ordeal. Yeah, his leg was a little floppy everywhere. I remember that. I'll never forget.
I'll never remember.
Never to this day will I
cut
remember.
that.
I could not tell you what I'm talking about.
You're going to have to cut a lot.
I'll never forget when I saw his leg flopping around as he picked it up in his hands.
When you remembered it. Yeah, that's pretty good.
What are you, Mitch?
Mine would be not so much, but we have to do like a proper injury, don't we?
What's your example?
My example was the Goldberg jackhammer to the Undertaker.
Oh no, that's a definition of one. Yeah, that's a blunder. He nearly killed a man. There's countless, when Seth Rollins done his knee trying to do the flip tried to do the flip power bomb. The buckle bomb thing.
Yeah, and he buckled his knee. Basically, but for me, just one thing that I think it's because of the amount of adoration I have for the Undertaker, just how much it shocked me, and I was genuinely concerned, was when Goldberg did that bloody jackhammer and dropped him. Mind you, at what was he then? 67.
What?
How old was Undertaker when that happened?
He's like 50.
Oh, I don't know how old.
Yeah. He's old. He's old. Battered. He's a long journey.
At that point, he's already done his 30 years.
Yeah. And if
he's done his quota.
If anyone's seen Goldberg before, it's like basically Trent when he's fully shaved. It's basically Goldberg. Just a bold bloke who's really big.
Not as muscly as Trent.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Trent's way musclier.
And not as good a facial hair.
And the jackhammer is basically a suplex. Like you lift the guy up, and then he basically just drops him on there.
Yeah.
So there's a way to do it safely.
Yeah, there's a way. You curl their head in, and you're meant to do it, caress it. He just dropped this guy.
He picked up
old man,
this veteran that has done his time and probably 4 other wrestlers' time in one career,
on his one of his final matches.
Yeah, picks him up, stumbles, and dropped him on his head. And
pretty much the greatest wrestler of all time.
Okay.
Like,
This
veteran.
match was in Saudi Arabia at one of the most hyped up shows, and those credit to those crowds, they are loud. Like they really get into.
They love it, man.
They love it. They love it over there. I've never seen it go from an atmosphere of like everyone enjoying something to silence.
Like, oh my god.
When he dropped, everyone, not a single person, didn't think the same as what we did. Like, he is just quadriplegic him, or whatever the word is. Like, he is absolutely...
We've seen safer moves ended up in, like, broken necks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a move that Goldberg has done for 25 years.
Yeah.
And just one little...
It's a bit older. They should have been doing that stuff.
One shoelace out a centimetre, and he nearly... He could have killed him, but he... Yeah, that's a moment that I'll never forget.
Oh yeah, fuck! It's not over. So I thought we were in the clear then.
Yeah, don't worry, we're not going to end on a morbid tone like that. We've still got Trent's outro, which will cheer everybody up.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Alex, Mitch and Trent Show. Make sure you like us where you can, rate us 5 stars, and subscribe where you can.
Stop. Okay, so you should be like, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. I think those should be the 3 points to get out there.
Like, subscribe,
like where you can, share where you can, follow where you can, like us 5 stars where you can.
Want people to like it?
I love that. Yeah. I love when you were doing the thing when you go there. That I like that at the start. When you did that, I wanted to say something, but you had your flow, so I didn't do it. So I said it now. But now go.
And just watch your microphones dipped a bit. Oh, I got 2 of you.
And look at me. What was I doing? I was staring at him.
Looking straight at me.
Staring at him. Yeah.
That's me done.
Do you know how the best way to deal with Mitchell? The best way to deal with Mitchell is pretend he's not there.
Hey, Mitch, what are you doing?
All right, a moment of silence.
Like, share, and
subscribe,
and wave your
follow.
arms.
Get to like us, share,
and
follow.
And wave your arms, you dog.
Yeah.
Right,
and then subscribe. Right, he's got this. With his Sum 41 shirt.
Trent's got to lose on the tip of his tongue. Watch.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Alex, Mitch and Trent Show. Don't forget to fuck it up like you always have.
That is the perfect. As soon as you made that noise, me and him looked at each other and we're like, fucking you, green banana, hurry up.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Alex, Mitch and Trent Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe where you can. Tune in next week.
Oh, don't.
We'll be back regardless.
Adios, amigos.
Tune in next week.